Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network on YouTube presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton, and before we get into it, please like and subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talk and Uneducated Network, both on YouTube, so you can see my show, Uneducated Sports Talk, on its own channel and on Uneducated Network. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not a broken record. LeBron James is headed back to the NBA Finals. Not a broken record, straight facts. 8 straight years in a row, LeBron James has led a team to the NBA Finals in the Eastern Conference. And this year is the 2018 Cleveland Cavaliers, where they defeat the Boston Celtics in Boston, 87-79, in a grimy, sweated-out game. This was, it was a good game all the way to about the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter. But before that, it was a tight game. It was really good to see. I'm remember back at those early 90s kind of games. Mid-90s, excuse me. Those kind of games. Everything was tight. It was defense, but we'll get a lot more into that in just a minute. LeBron James is headed back to the NBA Finals, where he'll meet the winner out of tonight's game, Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. But the game against the Celtics, it was all for the marbles. The Celtics coming in right on the hot streak at home, 10-0 in the playoffs, and LeBron getting beat down pretty much every game in Boston. You knew that in a Game 7, I said this in a Game 7 scenario, they're going to be tight. I'm talking about Boston. Now, both teams are tight into this game. You can tell. I'll go with the stats in just a second. But Cleveland and Boston were, kind of the same team a little bit. Only difference is the Cavaliers have LeBron James. Boston Celtics, you do not. And the Cavs went 87-79 in a horrible game to kind of watch if you know. But I'm a kind of guy, I like it when it's tense like that. I like it when you can tell that people are nervous. I like those kind of games, in my opinion. But you can tell this is a Game 7 atmosphere on both squads. Check out this three-point percentage and try not to throw up when you hear this. The Cavaliers, who were the better team at this position, went 9 for 35 from three-point land, 26%. But here's where you're really going to have a tummy ache. The Boston Celtics go 7 for 39 for 18%. If you want to get critical, 17.9%, to be honest. That is woeful shooting from both squads. That number right there, because it tells you it is a three-point NBA league now. When you shoot 39 and 35 threes, respectively, for your team, and you go that bad, that means you are nervous. You are nervous and you are tight. And every time people shot the ball, they didn't shoot with confidence. You didn't feel the confidence in the shots. Probably the most confident person on the Boston Celtics team, Jason Tatum, 24 points. He did his thing, but guess what? The story belongs to LeBron James, almost near triple-double again. 35 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists. LeBron James has shown why he is the greatest right now in this NBA. He is the best player right now. There's no stopping. And here's my thing. Yes, we harp on LeBron James for his decisions that he making, this and that and that. But we had to learn to appreciate greatness when we see it. Whether you like him or not, we might not see another talent like LeBron James ever again. He probably has 3, maybe 4 good years left, really dominant years left. And after that, it's on to the next person. But right now, we haven't seen that next anointment. When we had Michael Jordan leaving, we had Kobe Bryant. We saw Kobe Bryant coming into the zone pretty much in 99. LeBron is leaving. We don't know who's going to take that throne because KD is still somewhere in the area with LeBron James as in eras. So we don't know who's the next mantle, the next guy. But we don't see that. So we need to appreciate what LeBron James is doing right now, because whether you think it's easy or not, and it is semi-easy when you're that good, and when the Eastern Conference is that bad, 8 straight finals is still a tough task, whether we harp about it or not. Now, yes, he goes to the West, things could be totally different. That's why he stayed in the Eastern Conference, because it's special what he's doing, 8 straight NBA Finals. And this the one thing, though. We've seen this before. We've seen this many times, and we kind of know or can predict the future. It's all about Houston and Golden State. If Houston can upset the establishment, and then you have Houston versus Cleveland, then we're talking something different. But if Golden State goes in there and beats Houston, we're going to see probably another massacre in the NBA Finals. But right now, we're not talking about that. Let's talk about the Eastern Conference Finals. Cleveland and Boston both went with short rotations. Cleveland with an 8-man rotation, Boston with a 7-man rotation. So you can tell that things were very tight, very, very tight. They wanted their particular set of guys to play in this game. But with the 3-point percentage being so woeful, and when you shoot so many, it can get you out of your focus, out of your zone. There were plenty of times with Boston that fast break opportunities for layups, and they kicked it out for threes. They're not the Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry. I mean, as good as those young guys are, they're not the Warriors. So a lot of times he had a lot of head scratchers, but here's the biggest head scratcher of them all. Terry Rozier, who played a lot of minutes, I'm pretty sure about 38 minutes, somewhere in that area. He goes 4 points, but here's the kicker. 0 for 10 from the three-point line. 0% donut, goose egg, nada, zilch, whatever you want to call it. That is woeful shooting. And he took a lot of bad shots and a lot of quick shots that, Boston hurt themselves, especially in that third quarter where ball movement was kind of stagnant. They just were pick and roll, and then trying to see something instead of driving into the lane and making things happen. They settled for bad shots. While LeBron in the fourth quarter and third quarter put on his heroics. And it wasn't necessarily a LeBron James dominate, because everyone was thinking he was going in with 45 points again like he did in Game 6. Well, 35 points is really still good. And 34.9 points per game is what his average in Game 7s. That's, he goes to a lot of Game 7s. That's why he probably has that average. He just does a lot of Game 7s, so I don't want to hear about that. But 35 points is nothing to sneeze at in a Game 7, a must-win. And pretty much he put this team on his back. Now, I do agree with the experts when they say that LeBron James has had the most this year, 2018, and the 2007 squad, where he put the burden on his back. And he's had the least to give, but giving out the most from everyone else. You know what I'm saying? He's carried this squad and that squad. Now, Kevin Love is nothing to sneeze at. He did have a concussion. He was out for this game, so that's a little bit more that LeBron had to carry on his shoulders, and he did an excellent job. Now, the only problem is we know what happened in 2007. Hell, we know what happened in 2017 with Kyrie Irving. That's the problem with the LeBron James Eastern Conference kind of thing. But Boston was the unsuperior team, and I did tell you guys, until someone beats Cleveland or a LeBron James-led team in an NBA Eastern Conference, I'm always going to go with LeBron. And I said I can care less if it goes to a Game 7. I don't care. Boston's not going to win this series. It's all about dramatics. LeBron James did all that he could to help this team win. And in the beginning, it was, Boston was up, I believe, 26-18 in the first quarter. Had a nice first quarter lead, and the crowd was rocking. They were throwing alley-oops to Al Horford from Terry Rozier, so you thought, okay, this could be something. No, that second quarter, it all flip-flops. 43-39 was the halftime lead. That's when you knew. 43-39 in the halftime. In today's NBA, you can tell people are nervous when it's that low of scoring. Today's NBA, the game's more spread out, shoot a lot more threes, but as you start missing, and you add a Game 7 to those misses, you tense up. You get nervous. And Boston, those young guys, and they're gonna flourish. They have nothing to hold their heads down for. I mean, yes, you would have loved to win this NBA Eastern Conference, and I would have loved to see Boston win for fresh blood. But in this Game 7, you're at home. You have to protect home court. You've been winning home all playoffs, and now you get to this one game and you lose. That's tough. But when you're relying on a Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier, those guys are combined 6 years in the league. They're 20, 21, and 22 years old. 3 kids leading you is not going to happen against the best player in the game right now, LeBron James, and who's been doing this 15 years strong right now. So that's all I'm saying about the Eastern Conference. When LeBron James plays against his best formidable foe, it's 3 young guys. You add Al Horford in there, but in today's league, the big man, when Al Horford only gives you 4 rebounds, it tells you how the game is a little bit different. Al Horford isn't there banking. So these are babies, but it showed you how much the Boston Celtics needed Kyrie. Everyone was saying it was for the finals because they all thought Boston was going to win the Eastern Conference. I was like, no. Kyrie is there for the Eastern Conference Finals to dethrone LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's to dethrone them, to get them off their pedestal. Oh, he didn't play, so that's why I always said, no matter what, if they went to Game 7 in Boston, I'm going with Cleveland because LeBron James is just that good, and the Eastern Conference is just that bad. You add those two things together, LeBron doesn't need any particular help for the Eastern Conference. He needs help for the NBA Finals. He needs a Kyrie. He needed a D Wade. He needs a Chris Bosh or a really good Kevin Love, but not this Kevin Love that we're seeing right now. He needs that kind of guy for the NBA Finals. He doesn't need those guys for the East. And we've seen that. But Boston, if Boston had a healthy Kyrie Irving, I would have said Boston wins this series probably in 6. No Kyrie Irving, it was a great squad. It was Brad Stevens versus LeBron James, like I said, and LeBron James comes out on top. It's tough to say that about Brad Stevens because he's not on the court playing, obviously, but he is that big of a piece when it comes down to the Boston Celtics. He has shown time and time again that he is a great coach, as LeBron has shown time and time again. He is the best player in today's game right now. So those two linked up. LeBron James obviously is the winner for that one. He goes on to his 4 straight with the Cavaliers. He did 4 in Miami. 8 straight NBA Finals where he would face the winner of tonight's game, the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Look, turnovers wasn't even bad. Cleveland had 13, which is very average. Boston only had 6 turnovers. It just shows you they were missing shot after shot after shot after shot. They shot 35% in the whole entire game, and that is not good, especially when you're shooting 17 or 18% from the three-point line, where you take majority of your shots from the three. They had some boneheaded decisions and a lot of stalling. Jason Tatum was the only one who was really ready to rock and roll. He's going to be a big part of Boston for the next 7-8 years, so get ready for that. But LeBron has exerted a lot of energy, and he said it himself, I want to squeeze all the juice out of this. Maybe it's a sign of saying he's going to leave, so he wants to get the best out of everybody, or I just don't know. I just don't know, but it shows his greatness and how good he really is to bring this squad, who's still better than that 2007 squad. I always say that. 2007 squad, they were defensively made, but no one could score but LeBron. This team, they have scores everywhere. Defense is going to be the problem when they get into the NBA Finals, whether against Houston or Golden State. We will find that out. But congratulations, though. If you haven't congratulated LeBron, congratulate the man, because we might not ever see this again. He might go back to the finals next year, depending on what team he's on. 2019. But he has shown his greatness. We had MJ, we had Kobe, now we have LeBron James, and we have to appreciate what we're seeing, because once he's gone, who's going to be next? We have no idea. Jeff Green stepped up too. 19 points, 8 rebounds. He hit a big 3 in that fourth quarter when it was still a one-possession game in Boston's favor. I think they were up 74-73, I believe. And Jeff Green just hitting dagger after dagger to help LeBron. He was the Batman for the last couple games, to be honest. So Jeff Green, after having open heart surgery a couple years ago, to maybe not playing in the league anymore, to now he's in there, and they got the whole Wakanda thing going on. So I really enjoy watching Jeff Green step up in pressure situations, because he was on his way of being a really good player, whether it was for Boston because he got traded from OK City. He was on his way to being a really good player until he had that surgery, and then things went awry. But it just showed you that in this game, to sum it all up, they were tense. They were very tense, nervous situations everywhere you went. Every shot you could see that they just weren't confident shooting, both squads. But one squad has LeBron James, other squad doesn't have LeBron James, if you get what I'm saying. So congratulations to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're moving on to the NBA Finals once again, to where they will be buried by the Western Conference. It's just deja vu. It's just deja vu all over again. And it tells you the NBA needs to turn things around. That is for another story, for another day. But like I said, congratulations to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 straight, whether you like it or not, that is a tough task to do. There's a reason why no one has really done that before. So please like and comment down below. What do you think the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to do in the NBA Finals? Let me know down below how you guys feel about LeBron James and him going to 8 straight finals, and what will they do in the NBA Finals? Will they win it all, or will it be like last year where it was kind of a snooze fest? Let me know down in the comments. So this is Uneducated Sports Talk, and you can see me on Uneducated Network as well, both on YouTube. So all sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.